know you're somewhere, somewhere.
Hi Sag, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today Sag, you guys got Mouse Spirit, number 40. Tend to the small things in reverse. I feel like this is not a small thing. That's what I always get when this is in reverse. It's like, it's not a small thing at all. It's actually a huge thing. And with this child here and the man here, I'm getting a sense of family. Does this have to do with family? Yes. The lilies can sometimes indicate something that has ended or something that has like a duality to it. I feel like this is a bigger thing than you think. Like, this is reminding me of someone who like says to themselves like, yeah, I want to be single forever. Yeah, I don't want, like, I don't care about what happens. Like, I'm just focused on whatever this is. Meanwhile, that's not the truth at all. Like, I feel like somebody here might care a lot about this. Somebody here might care, you know, a lot about this. Like, that's what I'm getting here, Sag. Like, there's a denial, I feel. A denial of this. And I think, like, parts of you, it could have to do with family, it could have to do with marriage, it could have to do with, like, a kid of yours. It could have to do with your own inner child. We're going to find out more with the cards. I kind of get that it has to do with your inner child and, like, things that you want. But I get a sense of denial here. That's, like, what I'm really getting. A sense of denial because there's something that I think that you want that you're, like, don't want to say to anyone, or you keep denying to yourself. Like, how could you say it to anyone if you don't even realize it yourself? So let's see what this is about, Sag. So Sag, I feel like there's definitely a denial here. And I think that this has a lot to do with you. Wanting to like be free always. Like, there's something about how I think you're torn between like this adult stage in your life and the child stage of your life. Like, and it's not even child stage. I think it's more of like, you know, I want to be free. I want to be free to do what I want. I want to be free not to answer to anyone. I want to be free to like do my own thing. I don't want to have like any responsibilities aside from myself. So I feel like that's completely understandable because we all go through those times when we're like, you know, it's so much easier to just have to think about yourself. Like, everyone knows that, right? Like, to have a family or a child. Now, if, you know, anything, another person, adding any other person to an equation would like just make things more difficult. And I see that you really don't want to have that problem. Like, and I think that's the thing with you, Sag. Like, you're like tied between like, do I want a family? Do I want to have like get married? Do I want to have kids? Or do I want to be single like forever? And I think your answer to most people is like, I want to be single forever. I don't want to have like anybody around. Like, I don't want to have to worry about anyone. Like, I see you wanting to be independent forever. What's crazy here is like at the end of this read, we have the child in reverse. So and the death and rebirth before that. So I feel like, I think that this is all just fear, to be honest. The fear, like, I don't even think it's a fear. I think like some of it has to do with fear of money, like fear of security. Like, you know, I don't want to have to provide for all these people. Like, I feel like I'll be responsible. Like, that's a lot of work. And I feel like that's a part of where this fear comes from. But I see that if you're able to let go of that fear, you know, like, that's all this is, I think. I think it's fear. But it has taken its toll. And now it's like in every pore of your body, you can deny like wanting kids and wanting a family and wanting to get married. It's just like, no, I want to be single forever. Like, that's the type of masculine I feel like I'm talking to. Like, I want to be single forever. I don't want to have to deal with like anybody else's shit. I feel more secure on my own. But I think this is like all a cop-out to a real like problem as to why you don't want to worry about people. I feel like you say you don't want to worry about people because, you know, it has a lot to do with money. Like, I don't want to have to pay for anybody's shit. Like, I want to, you know, it's a lot of money. It's expensive. I can't afford it. Like, I feel like somebody here is just making a lot of excuses. And I feel like they're telling you, like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you something. It's like they're saying here, it doesn't matter when this death and rebirth is going to happen. Like, it's an inevitable thing with destiny next to it, that this is going to happen, this death and rebirth. And when this death and rebirth happens, Sag, you're going to change your mind. You're going to change your mind. This all has to do with fear at the end of the day, like types of fear. Like, yeah, some are very deep and some go back to like your childhood and like shit that you've experienced, and some are not. Some are just more realistic, like, yeah, it would be really expensive, but at the end of the day, the divine is saying with destiny that this is something that's inevitable. Like, you're going to go through this death and rebirth, and when you come out of it, you're going to be more balanced. And when you feel more balanced, you're going to drop this excuse, this cop out, this excuse of like, it costs a lot of money. I don't want to give my heart to anyone. I don't trust anyone. Everybody lies. Like, every excuse out of the book, whatever, it's not going to be something that you're going to be able to hold on to anymore. That's what I'm getting. Like, you're going to have to let that go, and you're going to start going. That's what I'm getting. You're going to be the maiden. The maiden is someone who's like ready for adventures, ready for the journey, ready for whatever life brings them. So I feel like I'm wondering how many times you've denied the call to like be with someone else, and you've denied the call of having children, even you've denied the call of like being married, and you've denied the call, like, because I see here an Empress energy, right? And I see here a Queen of Coin energy in reverse, and I see here a Queen of Cup energy in reverse. So I kind of am getting the feeling it's the same person. It could be 3 different people in your life that you've like said no to for whatever reason you've made excuses for, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting that this is like one person that's in particular might have been like, yeah, I want to set off with you, I want to, you know, I heard make babies with you, I want to like be with you, and you've like told this person no, like, that's not the type of life I want to live. I want to be single. I'm sorry, like, that's just not me. You're gonna have to find somebody else. But I'm getting, for whoever this is, that at the end of this, you're going to change your mind. You're going to let go of whatever it is that's holding you back from this type of lifestyle. Because I see here that, again, there is a practical thing to it. Like, yes, obviously, like, having kids and having family costs money. And obviously, like, yes, practically, it makes more sense to be single sometimes, like, if you're trying to save money, obviously. But I'm getting here that that's not an excuse to, like, not start a life. That's not an excuse to, like, not be with someone. That's, like, how you validate it, maybe, but, like, that makes no sense in reality. Another thing I'm getting, again, is, like, you saying, like, well, everyone's going to end up hurting me, and everyone's going to be, like, bad to me, and everyone's going to cheat and lie to me, so, like, I don't need to deal with that type of shit, so it's better to be alone. And I'm still getting that, like, you will probably be hurt in this lifetime like everyone else will. And you will probably have, like, you know, bad experiences in relationships at times, because everyone has to go through that in life. But at the end of the day, that's not going to stop this rebirth. Like, every excuse that you have is not going to stop what's going to happen. I see you ending here on the maiden, and I feel like it's funny, because I feel like if I were to pull a card on, like, what's next for you, I feel like, I don't want to say what I think. I'm going to pull a card at the end and see what happens. But right now, you're just so opposed to everything, and you're denying the truth. And the truth is that I feel like deep down, I think that this is something that you do want. I think you do want, like, your own family. I think you do want your own, like, husband or wife. And I think you do want one day a kid. Like, maybe you don't want 10 kids, but I think you would like to have, like, one, maybe, you know. I think you would like to have a wife. I think you would like to have a home. So I just think that there's a lot of denial here. So yeah, I see this is you, King of Cup energy, not wanting to work with anyone, unwilling to, like, open your heart up, unwilling to, like, be a part of a family or be a part of a relationship. Like, you denying it. What's funny here is that you're, like, faking it as well. You're like, yeah, I'm happy. I'm having, like, everything going for me. I'm, like, in the best energy. I don't miss, like, this relationship. I don't miss this person. You're coming up as a true pair to this person, the King and Queen of Cups. And what's funny here is that you were also coming up as a true pair to this Queen of Coin. That's why I think it's the same person. Because at the bottom of the deck, I had the King of Coin. So you have the King and Queen of Coin, the King and Queen of Cups, and then you have the Empress here. And the King of Cup again. It's funny how you're coming up in all this, like, King of Cup energy, when I feel like that's, like, the part of you that you deny the most. Like, I feel like you would say you're more about money, and you're more about work, and you're more about the 3D, but you're not coming up, like, the King of Coin wasn't really here. And then I think you would say, oh yeah, like, I'm an emperor, like, everything has to be, like, under my control. Like, I feel like that's something that you would, like, say is some like a character that you would relate to. Meanwhile, that person hasn't come up either. The only one that's come up is the King of Cups, which I find really funny. But anyway, yeah, the truth is that you haven't been happy. The truth is that, like, you have not been happy, and you keep avoiding, like, the inevitable. That's what I keep getting. Like, eventually someone is going to, I heard make a man out of you. I'm dead. Eventually someone is going to open you up to this. With destiny and the death and rebirth, these are like major arcanas that you can't, it doesn't matter how much you try to avoid. It's like inevitable. So the real question here is, like, maybe timing wise, when? Because I just see a lot of excuses, a lot of denial, a lot of immaturity. I even want to say a little bit of immaturity, but more of it is like from fear, but a little bit of an immature energy coming from you, honestly, Sag. And then I see you finally letting all the shit go and finally, like, deciding to, like, just go with the flow of life. Like, if I feel like, again, it's like somebody hands you something and you, like, throw it away, right? Like, you're like, oh, it's not destiny, I threw it out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it can't be for me because I threw it. Oh, yeah, you see, you try to get me with that and I threw it out. Like, you just keep dodging everything that's in your way, or throwing it out, or, like, you know, saying I don't want it and running away. And then I feel like at one point it's not going to work anymore. So that's what's funny here, Sag. I feel like it doesn't matter how much you try to deny the truth. The truth is that maybe you even have love for this person. I see you probably do have a lot of love for this person. And that when this death and rebirth hits you, you're going to probably want to be with this person that you keep denying. That's one thing. Another thing is, like, I just see you running all over the place, and you're going to end up literally exactly where you need to be. Or you should at least end up exactly where you need to be. But I think it's going to be an inevitable thing with destiny. Like, I think you're going to fight it to the very end. And it's something that's, like, can't be stopped. So, Sag, I think that this reading is kind of here to warn somebody that at the end of the day, this is all going to hit you, right? Like, you can avoid this as long as you want. You can keep dancing around the fact. But there's going to come a point in time when there's going to be some sort of trigger or something in you that kind of restarts. That's what I'm hearing. And you're going to be put, like, you're going to keep trying to move. You're going to keep trying to move. You're going to keep trying to run away. And the divine's going to keep you stuck. The divine is going to stop you. Like, you're going to be on your way. You're going to be like, no, fuck this. Like, I'm done. You're going to keep going around, like, with your these crazy antics of, like, avoiding love and avoiding family and avoiding what you truly, like, desire. And I see that the divine's going to stop you. And you're going to feel pretty bad when they stop you, because it's like there's something that's been keeping you in motion, and there's something that's been keeping you busy, I think. And that's what's kind of been helping with this avoidance, is, like, you being busy. But I feel like there's going to be a point in time when maybe you're not busy anymore, or you're going to be having to rest. And in this time of rest, you're going to realize, like, you wish you had those things. Like, you wish you had the family. You wish you had the person that takes care of you. You wish you had all these things, and you're going to be a little bit regretful and a little bit, like, sad. That's what I'm getting. And I think you're going to have to go turn around and make apologies. I think you're going to have to turn around and, you know, show people how much you actually do care. After the whole time you were saying, like, I don't care, I don't really care, you know, like, nothing, this isn't important to me, I don't want that. That's your dream, that's not my dream. I'm hearing all this bullshit. And then at the end of the day, like, I feel like you're going to, maybe right now it doesn't seem like bullshit to you. Maybe right now you're, like, 100% sure, like, that is not what you want. But I see something stopping you, and I feel like it's the divine on purpose stopping you. And the reason they're doing that is so that you can have all these feelings come to you. So I feel like a flooding of emotions is going to come to you, and you're going to realize, like, I was lying to myself. I should have taken those opportunities when I could have. I have a lot of unfinished business with this person who keeps coming around in these reads. I just see, like, you're going to be stopped at one point, and you're going to have to communicate this to this person, and that's justice. Exactly. Because it's like someone keeps telling you, you know, they care about you, they just want what's best for you, and you're like, well, fuck you, like, I don't care about you. Like, I mean, you know, you're a nice person and everything, but, like, I can't see myself with you. I just see you denying everything, like denying your love, denying your feelings for them, saying like there's something wrong with them, that's why I can't be with them. Like just a lot of immature energy to avoid the inevitable. Again, then with Destiny in the Rebirth card, I see the divine changing things up for you. I see you kind of being stalled and having to go. I mean, there's justice at the end of this. So again, wherever you were unjust and unfair, the divine is going to catch you. So again, if you were unfair with a person, then the justice will be served. If you were unfair with, I see you being unfair with a person. I see you being like, I heard the word unsupportable with the person. I see you being someone who, again, just keeps denying their feelings and their emotions and everything, because again, it's this huge advantage you think in your life to be alone. And I feel like this is going to come crashing down at some point. And justice with communication tells me that you might have something to say to this person, and maybe they won't have anything to say back to you. Like maybe they're going to ignore you, and that will be justice. I don't know if you're going to end up with this person or not, but I definitely see you. You know, this is like if this person got married and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, I really love that person, why didn't I marry them? Or this person gets, pregnant and you're like, I really cared about this person and maybe I would have wanted to have children with them. I don't know why I didn't bother. I see something happening, but I feel like it's bigger than that. And it's going to kind of you're going to have to turn around. That's what I'm getting. So, Sag, if I were you right now, I would really think about the things that are important to me and think about all the things that you have. And like, I kind of got this idea, I don't want to say it, let me pull more cards to see if it's even accurate, because I had this idea but I don't want to say it if it's not true. Yeah, see, I see something happening to you. Like, no, I don't know if it's like what it is exactly, but I see with thief, despair, and poverty that like you might have a loss of money, or you might have a loss, like something might happen, you might lose your job, like something might happen to you, and you're gonna feel like, wow, I don't have anybody like to help me with this issue. I don't have anyone to comfort me. And I feel like that doesn't have to be the reality. Like the reality could be something totally different if you were to like open yourself up now. But if you don't open yourself up now, then I see something coming down the line where you're going to wish you had support, you're going to wish you had help, and no one's going to be around. And that's because you've been pushing people away your whole life. So I think this is like kind of like a wake-up call to you, Sag, that like if you're not putting any attention into relationships because you think like, again, they're not worth it, or you think it's better to be on your own, the divine is going to bring you into some sort of hangman mode. And this time when they put you in this hangman mode, even though you're trying to like do your own thing, they stop you. The reason they're gonna stop you, or like this might not be able to be helped. Like, you get stopped, you lose your job, you lose something. Maybe you get sick and you're like, I don't want to say that, but like you get sick or something happens and you're gonna wish that you had like that support that you pushed away your entire life. You're going to wish you had someone there for you. It's only in those times when you're like, wow, I'm really, I think when you're sick, like for me, when I'm sick, that's the time in my life when I feel like most like, wow, it would be nice to have somebody around, like that's the time when I'm like, wow, if I'm sick, like who's going to help me out? Nobody. So like, that's when I see it, as being like the biggest thing. Like that's when I see being alone as like kind of shitty. But there is definitely going to be something that comes back around for you where you're going to feel like, wow, I wish I had that support and I wish I hadn't pushed it away. And the divine is saying that's going to be justice. So again, you have the ability to change your mind now. You have the ability to like put more effort into relationships and whoever this person is, because they truly are an empress. And they are a true pair to you like 3 times. So we have the Chariot and the Empress here, the King and the Queen of Cups. And we had a King of Coin at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Coin. So again, we have true pair 3 times. But if you decide that this is not something that you want to deal with and you keep going on with your life, I see you getting stuck anyway. And you getting stopped and you having to like maybe apologize or communicate with this person, like that you might even need this person's help. And again, I don't know if this person will be around or not, which is why I'm telling you, I think it's better to look at all the shit now before it's like, whatever this shit happens. Before this shit happens, poverty, despair, and thief. yeah, and then adjudication with the child. It's like, okay, now I'm going to decide to, stop being immature. Now I'm going to decide, like maybe I need to grow up, and it's like going to be too late. That's what I'm getting. Like, it's never too late, but it might be too late to be with this person. So that's what I'm getting. Sag, let's pull some cards for advice. So yeah, Sag, I see you having to go through, again, I think that you can avoid this to some sort of extent if you were to like realize now how important the people around you are, to realize like how important relationships are, and to realize how important having your heart open and I'm not going to say like having a family is the most important thing if that's not what you want, but I think that there has to be some sort of like compromise where you do realize that like there's nothing like relationships. Like, money isn't going to make you tea when you're sick, and money isn't going to, yeah, you can pay. I hear you saying, oh, I can pay for someone to take care of me. Like, I feel like you're kind of missing the point here, which is why I feel like a lot of you guys are going to end up here. But anyway, they're telling you like you've kept boundaries around your heart, you've kept boundaries around yourself your whole life, and for you think that's you like exuding strength, and what I'm getting here is that it's not strength like at all. It's actually just fear. And you're actually unhappy also, so it's just sad here because I feel like you can really open yourself up and do things differently, but I feel like you're not going to do that until something, I don't want to say bad, but something happens here where you're going to need someone and no one's going to be around. Right? It's a tough way to learn something. That's why I feel like you're getting this warning. And then you have Ariadne, the mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way is through. Yeah, you're not listening to your soul right now. No way. Because if you were listening to your soul, you wouldn't be in this predicament where you feel like, again, money and you are like what is it? Like, you're the most important thing, and like everything revolves around you. And I think you would realize like the relationships that you cultivate are really what's important in this lifetime. Again, but you might have to go through the maze to understand that. You might have to go through all this to understand this lesson. And I feel like, again, maybe that's just the way it's meant to be. Like, maybe there is just no avoiding this. And then you have White Buffalo, Calf Woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Yeah. I feel like that's what you're missing here. That love is abundance. When your heart is closed here and you're avoiding relationships with people and you're avoiding people trying to get close to you, you're not going to see love as abundance. You're seeing, money and, your work and what you do as abundant. But what they're trying to say is like, love is the path. Like, love is abundance. Relationships that you cultivate are abundance. That's what's truly going to make you feel abundant in this life. But I feel like, again, your idea of strength is something totally different. And that's why I feel like you might get rocked here at the end. And again, this is something that either way, you're going to learn a valuable lesson, right? So yeah, Sag, that's what I'm getting. I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that you can implement what I'm saying before this happens, but I feel like that might not be the case for a lot of you. So good luck. I love you. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next time. Bye.